What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Spanko, and today, wow, we finally, you guys have been asking for, and I'm finally getting to this, is the ABC Orcust deck profile that I've been promising you guys, and it's finally here. So just for that, I'm gonna have to ask for some likes. So go like this video right now and subscribe to the channel, and then we will get into this profile. Now, this deck is different than it was before. Essentially, it operates on the same thing. It's a 50 card deck now, and the reason it's 50 cards is because you don't want to draw into your bricks. You have to play some Garnets now. Kind of sucks, but it's well worth it. 50 cards. We'll get right into the deck profile. Oh, I'm excited to show you guys this. I've been testing with this, and that's why it took so long, because I've been testing and I've been playing and I've been trying to make this build as good as possible for you guys, and this is the best that I could come up with. If there's better, honestly, if you guys have any other ideas, let me know in the comment section below. We'll get started. So this was the hardest decision for me to make the entire time. I cut all the pieces to 2, and that was, I did not want to do that. That was hard for me because I like to play 3 of each piece. But in this deck, unfortunately, you don't have the extra deck space to play 3 Buster. I'm only playing 2 Buster as well. Cutting these hurt so much, man. But you have to cut these, because seeing them in your opening hand right now is not as good as it was before with the Orcust combo. Because before, it was kind of like, because you had the Bardiche and you had that kind of stuff, and like the PK plays, it was a lot more consistent because the boards you can make were better. But now that you don't have that anymore, you need to cut down on the pieces, because these essentially now are like kind of brickish. You kind of want to draw 1 piece in a hand, but you don't want to draw multiple pieces in a hand. So that's why I don't like playing 3 of them anymore. I don't even want to say I don't like it. It hurts so much, but it's so much more consistent with 2 piece now. And trust me, it goes off every time. Like, don't even be like surprised that, even with 2 of these pieces, because you're gonna dump them from your deck to the graveyard now, more than just having them in hand and relying on Union Hanger. So that's why I only play the 2 of each piece. Then to accompany this little machine engine, we are playing the Symphonic Warrior engine. Now, I know I said it was Orcust, and you're like, hey, where are the Orcust cards? Why are you playing Symphonics? Well, Symphonics actually in this deck work really, really well. One, they're a discard fodder. If you guys don't know, so Guitar, you activate it in scale. You pitch a card from your hand, you're going to special Mics, and Mics gets you an extra normal summon, and that's huge in this deck. So this engine is insanely good in this deck. You can discard one of your Orcust monsters, obviously, discard a piece, get an extra normal summon. Insanely good in this deck. Gives you another body on board for your Link plays. This engine, I should say, is insanely good in this deck. Honestly, also, weirdly enough, if you draw your Mics and Guitar, weirdly, you can just scale them and pen summon your monsters from your hand. So, like, it's not the best. Obviously, you don't want to draw the Mics, but if you draw the Mics and with a Guitar, it's like, whoa, wait a second, now I have scales now. So this can actually work, and I think it's really, really good in this deck. Then for the Orcust monsters, I am playing double Horror, double Symbol, double Nightmare, and 1 World Wand. So 2 of the main ones, and then the 1 World Wand as an extender. Now, a lot of people cut Symbol to 1. I don't like cutting Symbol to 1. I like it at 2, only because drawing these is actually better than drawing these a lot of the time, because drawing these gets you really good discard fodder. And when you draw these and you can pitch a card, and like, let's say you draw Horror or draw a Symbol, and you have to pitch for Guitar, or you have to pitch for Mermaid or whatever, drawing these actually helps you continue to combo, whereas drawing these don't help you continue combo, if that makes sense. So drawing these and being able to send them to the graveyard helps you like play through hand traps, whereas drawing these and sending them to the graveyard doesn't really help you do that, which is why I stuck with this Orcust lineup. And then I also played triple Nightmare, Corruptor, Ibly. The reason I played triple of this is because it's a 1-card combo. It's Orcust. If you just normal summon this, you can make Mermaid. You can skip your Nightmare plays, and then honestly, this card is just a 1-card like full combo. And the nice thing about this is that because you might be getting an extra normal summon here, you can afford to normal summon this. And then let's say you have this Hanger plus like Mics or a Guitar, plus 2 other cards in your hand, you have like the full ABC combo and whatnot, because like this is a normal, and then you're gonna be able to afford to search with Union and then normal one of your pieces, right? So obviously in my opinion, that's why this card is insanely good in this deck. It helps get to your combo as fast as possible without having to use that many resources. And then I am playing 1 Shaddoll Beast and 1 Shaddoll Dragon. These are for your Shaddoll fusions. You have to play these now. I think the Shaddoll engine, shout out to my boy Alec, who actually inspired me to play the Shaddoll engine in this deck. I think it's insanely good. It gets you your pieces in your graveyard. So if you guys don't know, if your opponent controls an extra deck monster, you can send cards from your deck to the graveyard for Shaddoll Fusion. So you can send a piece plus 1 of these, and depending on what you need at the time, for your Shaddoll construct, and then it helps you get your pieces in the grave that way. So this card is actually insanely, these two cards are insanely good in this deck. Also, there are discard fodder if they are in your hand. They are easy discard fodder, very good cards. And then just one random extender I play is Photon Thrasher. You draw this going first. It's kind of just a free summon and gives you a nice little extender. And then to round off the monsters, I am playing triple the Shaddoll and the one Mare. Yes, I am playing this package. It helps you OTK, helps you get the job done as soon as and as quick as possible. So that's why I decided to play these. Also, the Shaddoll is a great discard outlet because honestly, you need to discard for this deck and you need to have the fodder for that. So the Shaddoll is obviously a great card that you can put into the graveyard, and then it's going to get you monsters on board. It's going to get you other combo pieces. So that's why the Shaddoll I think is really, really good. So onto the spells. I'm going to have to warn you guys in advance that I am missing some cards. So I am proxying them. Unfortunately, like I couldn't find these cards in time, but I really wanted to put this profile for you guys, so I am proxying cards. Forgive me for that, but let me know. Obviously, these hangers are actual my hangers, so triple Union Hanger, obviously really, really good card. One Babel and one Terraforming. This is it for your like field spell engine. Actually, I lied. You are playing double Mystic Mine as well. Haha, yeah, you're playing Mystic Mine. You have to. It sucks, but you have to. Going second, this deck is kind of slow, and then not even slow. It's not even that, but it's just being able to activate Mystic Mine and then get through your deck until you have a combo, then you can shut off Mystic Mine is really, really good because there's potential for this deck to, you know, especially going second, there's potential in this deck where if your opponent makes an insanely good board where you have no outs at the time, you can just mine and then either it'll beat out a negate or it will stall you out for a few turns that will get you to your combo pieces. That's why I like to play the Mystic Mine. Again, so look, I'm proxying one mine. Yes, guys, I moved it early because I thought it was going to get banned. It didn't get banned. I'm sorry. So double Mystic Mine and the Terraforming. This is it for your field spells. Obviously, Union Hanger is the heart and soul of the deck. You get to this, you basically have combo. Triple Engage, one Hornet Drones and one Eagle Booster. Yeah, look, I am literally proxying all of these cards. I know, it's freaking embarrassing. I'm also proxying a Kagari in the extra deck because I literally do not have any Sky Striker cards. But yeah, this engine is insanely good in this deck now, even though I'm so stupid for moving these cards before like the ban list. I moved them thinking I'm like, I don't need these anymore. And now I kind of wish I had them. But anyways, so these cards are insane right now. Engage obviously gets you to drones, and then basically this forces them to use a hand trap before you get into any of your Orcust plays or get into your Symphonic plays or ABC plays. So that's why Engage is really good because it's like, oh, okay, I don't actually engage. Okay, then I get drones, and then I make Kagari, then I get another token, and then I can make the Nightmare monsters, and then basically without a normal summon you can make your Nightmare Mermaid and then continue to go off from there. So that's why this engine I think is insane in this deck and in this build, because it just gives you another extender, and as well as an extender, it forces your opponent to think like, okay, do I want to hit the engage? Do I need to hit this? Do I need to hit that? So it's one of those things where it gives you more playability essentially. And then like I said before, we are playing triple Shaddoll Fusion. Again, this card is insanely good. Obviously, again, going second, it helps you go second, helps you get to Shaddoll Construct, helps you put your pieces in the graveyard. Very good card, Shaddoll Fusion. And then you can also use Construct for a link material. Like, you literally just have it on the board for like 2 seconds and then link it away later. The only reason you have it is to be able to dump your pieces from your deck to the graveyard. Triple Call by the Grave, obviously, you want to protect your cards, so Triple Call by the Grave. One Foolish, and my tech for this deck is the Reasoning. Now, so I'm going to explain Foolish. Foolish, obviously, really good. Anything you need at any particular time, you can Foolish into your graveyard. And then I'm playing the One Reasoning, and it's a really spicy kind of tech, and it's kind of weird, but I really, really like this card, only because you play level 4s, you play level 3s, you play a level 5, you play some more level 3s, level 7, a level 8 here, level 2s, these are guys level 4 and 5. So your monsters are all over the place. Even the Destrudo and stuff are like level 7, right? So Reasoning is actually insanely good in this deck because you can mill a lot of cards that will end up netting you advantage. So that's why I really like this card. Opening this card, it's not the first thing you're going to do. Obviously, you're going to try to go through your deck as much as possible before you Reasoning, but Reasoning is an insanely good card. Also, I should say that with the engages, because you're playing such a high spell count, you can actually a lot of the time resolve the engage draw effect because you'll have these cards in your graveyard and then you can like engage and then you'll have you'll get the draws off engage, which is obviously really, really good in that sense. Also, I play the Eagle Booster. I didn't explain the Eagle Booster, but I play the Eagle Booster because when you engage, make drones, and then make Kagari, you can add back the engage and actually use the engage again for the Eagle Booster just so it can protect your Mermaid. So honestly, like that's why I'm saying like this package is insanely good because now you protect your Mermaid. They can't no material you. They can't hand trap you because the Eagle Booster makes it unaffected. So that's why I really like this package. And again, easy to get draws with all these spell cards in your deck. So that's it for the spells. And then lastly, I'm just going to show you, I play one Orcust Crescendo. You only need one. You're going to search this most of the time over Babel now. or in this deck, you're going to search this over Babel, and you're going to end with your like Galatea or something on the field so that you can just Orcust Crescendo every single time on your opponent's turn, and you'll have a bunch of negates. Negate, and then the ABC Banish obviously is really, really good. So you set up really good boards with this deck. So moving on to the extra deck, you are playing double ABC Buster Dragon and one Shaddoll Construct. This is it for the fusions. Construct should be obvious because you are playing the Shaddoll fusion, and then double ABC Dragon Buster because once you get your pieces, you'll never go into second. Like in the grind game is the one you go into the second, but early, like if you get the full combo off, basically when you have Buster on the field plus all the negates, like your opponent's not really playing. So the second Buster is more for utility, but the first Buster is obviously really needed. You can make double of these, obviously, and then when your pieces, when you like tribute off the Buster and you tag it out, all your pieces give you link fodder for later. So that's obviously really, really good. So double ABC Buster, one Shaddoll Construct, the one Yazi as well for the Strudo play. So this gives you the OTK, it helps you OTK very easily. So obviously the one Yazi very good in this deck. So like I said, I'm playing the one Dweller. If they stop your Orcust combos, it actually does help where, like let's say you can't fully Orcust combo, you can end on a Dweller, and then that isn't pretty insanely good. And if you ask me, like ending on a Dweller is still really, really good against like something like Thunder Dragon, something like like another Orcust variant. So Dweller is still really, really good in that sense. And then for the Orcust monsters, I play the one Galatea, the one Dingir. So you can't up it up, man. This extra deck at least is so tight that you can't really up it more than this. You are playing the one Karibo only for the Mare. The one Kagari, which don't have a Kagari. I'll probably put it on the screen, but you guys should know what Sky Striker Ace Kagari is, right? So Sky Striker with Kagari, obviously for the drones play. And then for the nightmares, you're playing one Mermaid, one Cerberus, and one Phoenix, because these two get you to this, and then you get the full combo. One Underclock. Underclock is really good in this deck. It helps you OTK. A lot of the time you can make Buster under Underclock, and then a lot of the time you'll either have OTK there, or you'll just do a bunch of damage on the board there. The one Decode Talker. So the Decode Talker essentially replaced Bardiche because it's still rank 3 dark that you can make after the combo, and then it's really good with the pieces because if you tag out Buster, you can put the pieces under here at its link zones, and then you'll have basically the Decode Talker like quote unquote negates, and then you'll get the piece effects when they go to the graveyard. So that's why Decode Talker is actually really good in ABC, and then the one Boral Sword just to help you OTK. So that's it for the extra deck here. So what would a Spanko video be without a side deck? And so for the side deck, I am playing triple Ash. Like you guys saw, we're playing no hand traps in the main deck. I kind of wanted to play Imperm, but I just didn't have room. I played 50. You can play more than 50 theoretically, but if you play more than 50, then it's just really hard to see your cards. So I decided to just stop at 50. 3 Ash Blossom in the side deck though, because it is the most generic hand trap in the game. Triple Artifact Lancia. Still, I think one of the best side deck cards in the game. Thunder Dragon is still insanely good. Being able to stop their Levianeer plays and whatnot is insanely good. So Lancia I think is really good in the format still, and Orcust variants are still very prevalent, so Lancia is still very good. Double Gamma Seal. I mean, I guess if you run into Sky Striker, this is just a really big win against Sky Striker, but it's also good against other decks where if they make good big boards, like something like Thunder Dragon, for example, like it helps you out some of their monsters, and that's obviously really, really good. Double Pancatrops for basically the same reason. Outing cards, you need to out Floodgates, you need to out other cards, so Pancatrops really good. Double Twister, and then triple Evenly Matched. So most of these cards, as you can see, are for going second, because going first, this deck has such a good game that you don't really need to side anything in going first. Going second though, yeah, like I said, going second, you need to have cards for every matchup, so that's why I play all of these for going second cards. So that's it for the deck profile, guys. If you guys enjoyed, I know you guys have been asking for this, sorry it took so long, but it's here now. If you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know any changes you guys would make or any opinion you guys have on the deck. And with that, guys, Spanko signing out.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this, cross my shit.